I believe yesterday you were asked if the game was one of the most complete games you guys have had this season after watching film. Was it?
Yeah, definitely was one of the more complete games. You know, we're a unique team right now. I walk off the field with Stephen Drummond. I said, it's kind of crazy to think like two of the last three games, we've gone to someone else's stadium and we've played a complete game. I thought the Atlanta Falcons game was a complete game. I thought this game was a complete game. I think when you look at the Saints game, this game, the Falcons game, those have been complete games. The challenge for us moving forward is for us to become a consistent team, and that's what we have to start with today.
All right, let's go to Jonathan Alexander, followed by David Newton.
And I think we saw Stephon Gilmore go down briefly. I'm not sure if he ended up going back in the game, but
Yeah, he did. He did. He just injured his finger, and they I don't know if they put it back in or if it came out, or I don't know exactly what they did on the sideline, but he jammed his finger or dislocated his finger or something like that, and they got him stabilized and he went back in.
and also you need to talk about remaining consistent. Like, what's the message? How do you carry that over to this week?
You
After
you
coming out.
you stay obedient to the process. You defend your process. You don't let the emotion and joy of winning a game allow you to not have the same urgency as you had before. I talked about urgency after a couple weeks ago, and Pastor Dan Nold, he's my parents' pastor back in State College. He says it, and I think it's great. Urgency is the outcry of passion. So if you're passionate about football, if you're passionate about winning, and if we're passionate as a team about coming back and winning a game at home, we play really good football on the road. We need to play really good in Bank of America Stadium in front of our fans and family and friends. If we're passionate about that, then the urgency is what you'll see. And so the urgency during the week in preparation, those are the things I think that lead to consistency. If you have an elite week of preparation, I think Christian said it really good to you guys. I think one of you guys someone asked him yesterday, it was about the energy, and he said it really hasn't been about energy, it's been about execution. And to me, you prepare so that you can execute at a high level, and we've done that at times, but we haven't done it at times. We didn't do it 2 weeks ago against the Patriots, and so I want to see an urgency from us to the process, to the discipline of the week. We got back really late last night. There was no victory Monday. There was no day off. We're back here working today because we have to become a consistent team. And that, to me, Jonathan, comes from just the daily discipline of trying to get 1% better and attacking everything that you do. So that's my message. That's my approach. I, like everyone else in this building, is tired from the trip, but I'm excited about the chance to play this week. And we have a chance to play the Washington football team. Welcome Coach Rivera back. Welcome a really good football team that just beat the Buccaneers back. So our preparation has to be as good as it's ever been.
Hey, Coach, envious of your coffee right now. I need some. You said a few times last night it's not about one player, it's about the team, and I understand that. But oftentimes around Cam, the attention goes to one player. How do you manage that?
I'm not going to worry about it because Cam does it. I listened to what Cam said to you guys. Cam gave credit to everybody else. When you're the quarterback, the attention does go to you, and it should go to you. I've told the team a bunch of times, after every game, two people get up and talk. Every game, the head coach and the quarterback. Whether it's been Sam or PJ or Cam. That's there's so much responsibility given to the quarterbacks. And so Cam brings a tremendous energy to the locker room. He brings passion for the game. He brings a great brand of being tough, hardworking, and competitive. So he brings all of that. So there should be a ton of attention on him. That's the sport that we play. My job is always just to point out that everyone's been so critical of the offensive line. That's two elite running games in the last 3 weeks. That's no sacks this game. It's 100. A lot of guys played really good football. That's Zylstra coming off IR and making huge plays. I think PJ managing the 2-minute drive at the end of the half and getting us down there and throwing it to Christian, who then runs over and we get the ball spiked and we kick a field goal. Zane Gonzalez the way he kicked yesterday. So, David, my job, at least within the team, is just to point out everything that we're doing well and everything that we're not doing well. I do the same thing after wins as after losses. But in terms of, outside, yeah, of course. I think it's great. We also have Christian McCaffrey. We also have Shaq Thompson. We also have Stephon Gilmore, Dante Jackson. They're all playing good football. But that's the quarterback position, and that's certainly what Cam brings. And I want everything that Cam brings. I don't want Cam light. I want full Cam. And as long as Cam is focused on football, which he is, so it's easy. I want full Christian McCaffrey as long as Christian's focused on football. I want Brian Burns to do his Spider-Man, whatever he does, as long as he's focused on football. So we had a team yesterday that was really focused on football. We have to have a team this week that's focused on football, but Cam will help us do that.
Also, I know yesterday you didn't want to commit to Cam starting this week. Is that the plan right now?
Yeah, so I think what we're going to do, we'll give Cam most of the reps this week. PJ will get reps, obviously, as he always has. But I will give Cam most of the reps and try to get him as as brought up to speed as possible. I thought he did a great job last week. Having 10 plays that he was kind of ready for, 10 to 15. So we'll start getting him ready, and if he's ready to start, great. And if it's if he's not quite ready yet to do everything, then obviously PJ's available. It's kind of that plan right now. So there's a lot to learn when you take the 2-minute package and the end of game package and the final plays. There's a lot to learn in a short amount of time. It's hard to do. So we'll do as best we can and see where we are later in the week. But he will get most of the reps.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, let's go to Will Pelagic with the next question, followed by Joe Person.
Dovetailing off of that, Matt, what will you have to see from Cam in order to give you the confidence that you can start him this week?
Not really. It's not really confidence. It's just more like how much we can get in, to him. So especially late in the season, there's only so many practice reps. So we'll just kind of take it day by day and get him as up to speed as possible.
And just if I could follow up, how conscious are you about the narrative that surrounds your team here locally since Thursday, and how it feels like the vibe, the energy in the city has kind of changed since Cam's arrival?
You said how what am I? How
conscious, or how much of that do you feel?
About the vibe in the community? Well, I took my daughter to the daddy-daughter dance, and I had two on Friday night, and I had two little girls, 5 and 7, come up and asked me if I was the coach of the Panthers, and I said, yes, I am. And then they said, is Cam really back? So I'm assuming if that's being brought up at the daddy-daughter dance, it's probably being brought up everywhere. And I think it's great. I think it's great that people are excited. And, I'll say I've appreciated the support of the people who supported us, all year long, because I see, I just see everything, Will. Like I see Julian Stanford his wife gives birth to their first child on Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. He sends me a picture that he's in morning meetings at 8:30. Like I told him, I said, I wouldn't have had the guts to do that. And they run, then we have the 15-yard penalty, the I'm back penalty, and we have to kick the ball off from our own 20. And Julian runs down there and makes a huge hit to stop him at the 30-yard line. So I just have to do a great job here of internally building complementary football. And when I say it's just all of us, right? Phil Snow has to talk about, hey, we played great defense, but the offense also ran the football, which kept us off the field. And Joe has to say, hey, we did a great job on offense, but we also got the ball at the 30-yard line twice because the defense did a good job. So we're the same people we've always been. We're complementary football people. We believe in a process. We believe in a brand. Cam brings energy and brings it all to life, but at the end of the day, energy's high when you have execution. And it was great that Cam ran that first touchdown in, but it was also great that Hassan knocked the ball out and got the sack fumble. So I want every guy on our team to play at a high level. I want everyone to understand that all they can do to help the team is, do their job and play at a high level. And so I think our guys get it. But I do think it's great that our fans are excited. Hopefully the stadium's rocking on Sunday, and we have a true home field advantage.
Thank you.
Hey, Matt, I've got two. Want to first follow up. You mentioned the on-back penalty. Cam said he had a conversation with you about that. What was that like?
I just told him, don't do that, please. I don't want to kick the ball off from the 20. I think he said, say less. Got it. So, it certainly was a penalty it was certainly a penalty out of passion, and excitement to be there. So we'll move on from that one. But, we again, we don't want to beat ourselves. We have a brand that we're going to play, and it's Carolina Panther football. And we're having too many penalties right now, Joe. That's, we won the games. We didn't lose the turnover battle. We protected the ball pretty decently, but we still have too many penalties, just normal penalties. And so that's something I'm going to obviously address. Not that specific penalty, all the penalties, because we were like a 4 or 5 penalty a game team early on, and now we're like a 7, 8, 9, 10, and just can't win football games if we do that. So, but I understood where Cam was coming from.
And then the O-line, we saw, I guess, the first play of the game, offense play of the game, there was a bad exchange maybe, or a drop snap, PJ and Pat. But otherwise, didn't really hear anything good, bad, or indifferent about Pat. Just what you thought about his play and then this current iteration of the line. Yeah,
when we signed Pat, we knew that if anything happened to Matt, that Pat would be an excellent center. I thought Pat played excellent game inside. That's Chandler. I know there's some guys banged up on offense, but that's the number, whatever they were, ranked defense. That's Buda Baker, that's Chandler Jones, that's some really good players. And I thought they played really well. We controlled the line of scrimmage. Just still too many penalties that have to be diminished. But I thought Dennis Daly did a nice job, and Taylor Moton did a nice job on the edges, and then we were stout inside, and again, running for 166 to us. Anytime you run over 140 in the NFL, you're probably going to have a chance to win. So 4.5 yards per a carry. So I thought it was an excellent job by all 5 guys. And then obviously when Dennis went down, Brady came in. I just walked through the weight room on my way here, and Dennis was moving around fine. So hopefully he'll be up for this game. I expect him to be up for this game, I should say.
All right, let's go to Scott Fowler, followed by Brett Jensen.
Matt, as good as the offense was, you're going to win a whole lot of NFL games if you hold people to 10 points. I wonder if you could talk more specifically about defense, and what in particular do you think specifically is going well there right now?
I think we win, Scott, we win. When we play well, we win third down, right, on defense. So, even stopping on third down and then stopping them on fourth down on that second drive to set up the field position. We have a good third down package. We have pass rushers. We have good blitz schemes. We usually put 4 corners out there and play man, so we can cover, and I think we do a nice job of designing some pressures, and then we get to the quarterback. We've been creating takeaways the last couple games. Getting the ball out. Dante with the pick, Hassan with the sack fumble. 2 game, same thing happened last week and 2 weeks ago. So we are getting the ball out. What's been our Achilles heel is when people have run the ball against us, and I thought we did an excellent job yesterday of stopping the run. I think Miles Hartsfield, Dante Jackson. I thought a lot of those guys stepped up and really tackled well in the secondary, and to us, that's a major key. If they crack, your safety, your corner has to show up. And I thought Dante Jackson was excellent. Didn't really give up any big home run balls. They gave up 1 screen. So I think we are growing as a defense. Our issues still are sometimes communication. We do a lot. Some of it has been born out of necessity as we've lost people, as we lost Shaq, and then he came back, and Burris, and he came back. We've kind of developed different packages with 4 corners, 5 corners, 2 big DNs, and now we carry a lot. So sometimes we can make mistakes, and as the players get more comfortable, the mistakes are getting less and less. And then I think the last thing I'll say is I think Shaq played an excellent game yesterday. He was sideline to sideline. He was running through and making tackles. So I thought it was a fine moment from him.
Thank you.
Matt, I'm curious, and not to belabor the Cam Newton point, but last week I believe it was, you said that look, we're going to have to be basically win games defensively, and I think even last week during the press conferences, somebody said that you have a playoff type defense, and the offense have been looking listless. Obviously, did just his presence even give you a bigger boost than maybe you expected, even though he didn't play a lot yesterday? Just his presence, did that give you more than maybe you even thought it would?
I don't know that. You'd have to ask the players that. I think when you go back and I don't know that I said. Sometimes you guys requote me, and I don't know if it's what I said or not. So forgive me if it is what I said. I think I just said, "Hey, we're a defensive football team." I think we try to play complementary football. We don't ever say, "Hey, one side's got to win it for us." So if I said that, what I mean is we're a defensive football team. I don't say that like we don't have a good offense. I just say like we've got a lot of really good players on defense, and I expect them to take the ball away and hold people to 10 points and give us a chance to run the football and play complementary. I didn't think the offense was listless against Atlanta. I think, and I say that because one of my main points to our team this week is we have to play well at home. I don't think we've played a good game at home since we played the Saints, and so our best moments have been on the road, and we've got to bring it here and play it here. In terms of energy, I just think it kind of comes down to execution, right? We get the ball. PJ throws a little outbreaking route to Robbie, gets 15 yards on it. That's a day one install play. We've thrown that sometimes in recent weeks and hasn't been completed. We were 14 out of 14 throwing the ball to the tailback, which we knew we were going to do this game. We were excellent on third down. I mean, at the end of the game, we kind of ran the ball and got the game over with. But I think we were like really in the third downs that mattered. We were like 7 of 11 on third down. So I'll always go back to execution. And when you score early, the energy's high, right? So does Cam bring energy? Yes. Does Christian bring a ferociousness to the offense? Yes. But on offense, not on defense, but on offense, when you score touchdowns, you obviously play with a lot more energy, and you have a lot more internal energy. So everything to me is always going to go back to execution. Everything's going to go back to, we scored a touchdown because Cam sprinted out and made a great throw to Robbie. Robbie made a great catch. It was execution. We scored a touchdown because Christian ran a one-back power and reverse field and ran 20 yards and made a play. The more we can keep it football and less everything else, the better team we're going to be. That's how we'll become consistent, is focus on the football. And if the football's right, then we can have as much fun as possible. But, so I know people are probably going to get tired of those answers, the execution, playing winning football, that's what will get us to where we want to go. And I thought we played winning football in a lot of areas yesterday. I was really proud of our football team, and that's why I want to make sure I, list the things that guys did, because I thought it was one of our best games.
All right, we got time for a few more. Let's go to Darren Gant, followed by Ellis Williams.
Matt, you've mentioned a couple of times the difference between home and road. As you look back over it, are there particular things that are happening on the road that are helpful, just in terms of routine or attitude, or where do you think that's coming from?
Dante and I were talking about it on the plane last night, and he said that the guys they were talking about it. I just think when you're on the road, you're kind of sequestered. The guys all go out to eat together. You kind of come back to meetings. You're in the hotel. You have just a little bit more of an, now I'll say this, our fans were awesome yesterday. I mean, thank you to every fan that spent their money to go to that game. Same thing in Atlanta. I mean, we had a tremendous contingent of people there. So it's not so much like, hey, we played bad at home, as, hey, this week we need to play really well at home. Let's go play really, really well at home. I know our fans are excited. I know they're excited to see this team. I know they're excited to see Cam, step back into Bank of America and all those things. So there'll be amazing energy early in the game, right? Now, if we go out and we execute and do our jobs, hopefully there'll be amazing energy for 60 minutes. If we go out there and we make mistakes and false start and put the ball on the ground, then, we'll get booed, as we should. So my job is to focus on the football, get our team focused on the football, and we need to go play our best game at home. But I just think we have a great group of guys. Like, no, I don't think anyone fell asleep on that plane. I looked up there. We put the veteran players in first class. The coaches sit behind, and I kept looking up and those guys were all up talking and watching things together and hanging out and playing games. I mean, we have a great group of guys. I think when they get on the road, they have some time together. But you know what? We have a great fan base. We have a great stadium. We have a great atmosphere. We've got two great hype men. We've got a great top cats. We've got a great traditions. We've got when we hit that drum this week, it should feel like it hasn't felt. It should feel unbelievable, because we've been through a lot as a team this year, and we're 5-5. We went on the road and we're 10.5-point underdogs, and I shouldn't talk about the point spreads, I'm sorry, but you got to get the point. We went on the road and not many people thought we were going to win, and we won the football game, so we should come back and prove to ourselves, most importantly in this locker room, that we can play good football and win back-to-back games. So to me, you can find all these little things. It's just about us being consistent, and that starts with our preparation and practice, and then our standard of execution in the game.
Coach, Cam Newton comes in, of course, scores 2 red zone touchdowns and just makes it look easy. Yeah, all year, red zone has been an issue for your offense. So could you explain what Cam Newton does to a red zone offense and the type of pressures he puts on a defense in close like that?
Well, he's a dual threat, so he has the ability to run it, and throw it. So, when we've been good in the, I think at one point Sam had like 4 or 5 touchdowns in 2 or 3 games. I think that dual threat down there, it's as the field shrinks, the windows get way harder to throw into. So having defenses have to play run and pass obviously affects them. So the first run was a great run. I mean, obviously the guys unblocked. Cam just does what Cam does. He outruns everybody in the end zone. Just an outstanding play. And then the second one, was a play that we had up for him or PJ, and great route by Robbie, and Cam put it right where it needed to be. So. We got down there again. This time it was Chuba. We had the speed sweep shovel option pass that we've run a couple times this year. So I think just the ability to have a dual threat component down there, run and pass, and no one's probably done that better in the history of football and short yardage and in the tight red zone than Cam Newton. So it was an easy transition to utilize him in those areas this game. But it was also good that we used him up the field too, which I think was important to to have him throw the deep ball to DJ and kind of get him going in those areas as well. So, but yeah, I hope I gave a good answer about down in the tight red. I just think it's so tight. The field is so condensed. The ability to run and pass is what makes it difficult to defend.
Is the playbook expanding with Cam Newton, or is that just better execution on Sunday?
In terms of what you say in this past game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean every play we had in was already in. We just picked the plays for Cam that he he felt most comfortable with. But those were all things we had planned to do with PJ.
Okay, thank you.